Okay, so good day to you all. This is Craig Blanchette, and I'm the global director with our Optavia company in the process and program and whatever else you want to call it. We are going to this is our first night where we're meeting as a smaller team. We've kind of divided our groups to have get a lot more people to be trained. So this is our first night where we're meeting with a little bit smaller group. So we're really excited for what we're going to do today. As we get started with our Health Coach Huddle, I want to just let you know there's a couple ways that you can actually listen to or watch, if you will, the recordings later. We have a health coach page that's called Optavia Health Coach, or the OHC. And so most of you, if you're not part of that, you're gonna want to ask your coach to make you part of it. But the Optimal Health Coach is a great page for our team to be able to have conversations and communications, and it's a great place for you to introduce new coaches so that we can encourage them and build community. And it's a great place to do. And I post the recordings to the meetings on there. I also have a Vimeo channel where you can watch it. It's titled Health Coach Huddle, and then my name, Blanchette, and then you can find that as well on the Health Coach on Vimeo. And so that way you can watch this later. If you can't make it, you can watch it later. Make sure you don't get kind of left behind, or you don't miss something that's valuable as far as information goes. The other thing that we're doing here is we're really trying to showcase different voices. And so we're going to bring on lots of different people and lots of trainers and lots of people that are growing in their leadership skills and in their coaching skills. And so you'll be seeing lots of different people that will be training. And our core group is Linda Benson, Carrie Armstrong, Don Carpenter, and myself. So that's kind of our core 4 people for now. So as we're getting started here, the other thing too is if you're watching this on video, if you want to join us live, we meet on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. So every Tuesday at 8 p.m. And for all of you that may or may not know this, we open up the Zoom room at about 7:30, and we have some great conversation, some pre-meeting discussion tonight. Linda had a great discussion with Clark and really just got to know more about his story, and actually uncovered some really nice opportunities for Clark to actually do some Zooms, because he's got quite a story. And so I want you guys to just think about joining us a little early for the early meeting. So a couple things that I wanted to go through here, and then I'm going to be tossing it over to Linda. One of the things that you may want to do is have your notebook out. You may have a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles notebook, maybe not, but any paper notebook will work. And just have that out in front of you so that when you hear something that's noteworthy, that you jot it down a little note. Or if you think of a to-do item, you maybe want to write down the to-do item, and or maybe something that invokes a question that you might have. And you can put a little question mark and write down the question so you can make sure that you get that answered. So anyway, I want to encourage you guys to do that. And then let's see here. Last 3 weeks, we finished up our Facebook trainings, and so I'm sure there's going to be some feedback on that. But for the first section of the call, I want to toss it over to Linda. She's going to talk about new faces and celebrating new actions that people have been taking. So welcome, Linda.
Am I muted? Can you guys all hear me? Yes, thumbs up. Awesome. Well, hey guys, it's an honor to be hanging out with you. I love being a part of this team, and really something that I've been learning is every small step counts, even if you're not seeing the end result or the product of that step. Action counts, even if you're not always seeing the fruit immediately. But first of all, as a part of our team, I wanted to know if we have any new faces. Is there anybody new, or any of you coaches, have you guys invited anyone that might have popped up that you see on here that we just want to meet real quick. Won't put you under the microscope and interview you, but anyone on here.
It's
And I
here for
can't
the
see
first
everyone,
time.
so who?
If this is your first time you're here, yeah. So I think Stephanie's new.
Yes.
Yep. So Stephanie, here, let me unmute you. Tell us a little bit about. Oh,
Thanks, Craig.
I'm not going to steal your thunder, Linda.
No, that's perfect. Thank you. I can't see everybody. You're probably more efficient at this. Stephanie, where are you? Are you in the blue sweatshirt? I think so. Stephanie, can you hear me?
Yes.
Maybe.
No. Maybe.
I think so. You've got your hair kind of pulled to the side.
My name is Stephanie, if that's what, I'm in a blue sweatshirt and my hair's pulled to the side, but my name is not Stephanie. My name's Ashley.
Ashley. How about that?
I'm
I'm so sorry. It says Stephanie. My bad. I'm so sorry.
Does my name come up as Stephanie somewhere?
Here, let me change it. I'm going to change it right now for some reason. ASHLIE.
Yeah.
There you go. It had a I don't know what happened, but
Oh,
so you're not
my name's
You're
I'm new to coaching. Yeah. So hi.
Who invited you? How did you get here?
I'm sorry, Stephanie. No wonder you were like, who are they talking about? Okay. It's Ashley, right?
My coach is Dawn Carpenter. She's my aunt, and I've been working with her for about 3 years on my own health journey. And I was coaching a couple of years ago on my first round, and was also working a full-time job. So I decided I couldn't really juggle it, but I'm now at home with my baby and back to coaching. So, but new to it. So
that's awesome. That's awesome. How old is your baby, Ashley?
a little over a year now.
Oh, you're ahead of me. I have a 7-month-old almost.
Do you?
So, yeah. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, isn't it?
It is very much so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, it's awesome to see some new mamas on here because there's some people who have kind of been through the ringer already with raising kids. So I'm excited to have a new mama like you on our coaching team. And you have an amazing coach with Dawn and Kelly. So welcome to the meeting. We're excited to have you here.
Thank you. Thank you for the welcome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Thanks for showing up. That's awesome.
Yeah.
If you have someone on here or you're new, would you unmute yourself or however Craig has you do it? I can't see everybody at once. I'm a little slow with my phone. Do we have a new one, Craig, that I might be missing?
Well, and there's 2 Ashleys on, and I'm not sure if the other Ashley, you may have been on before, but Ashley M, right? Carrie?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wanted to celebrate Ashley M. She's a coach on my team, and one, for showing up on the call, but also she has been just nailing the 3x3 calls. Nice. And it's fun. I actually mentioned her on the boot camp training.
I remember.
It started out as a task, and she's like, this is awesome. Just connecting with people and serving people. And I'm just excited. So I wanted to celebrate that with her.
That's awesome.
Sure. Yeah.
Ashley, welcome.
I don't know if you can hear me.
Yep, loud and clear.
Oh, you're okay. I was just like waving and doing hand gestures.
No, you're perfect. Hand gestures work here too.
Oh, good.
That's awesome. How do you know Carrie, Ashley?
So we met at church originally, so that's kind of how we know each other, but then she wrangled me into this.
That's awesome. Well, we need more. Are you a mom by chance? Or
yeah.
Okay, then we need more mamas. You are most welcome to this team. We need more mamas. That's awesome. Welcome to our team. We would love to hear your story. I want to respect everybody's time though, but I do see Cindy Noble. Yes, she's probably going to be mad that I'm calling on her. She's an amazing mom. She's a mom and a nurse, mom and baby nurse on our team. Cindy, can you hear me, babe? Maybe. Cindy, are you there? Can you hear me? Maybe not. Sort of, kind of.
Sorry, I
That's
just
okay.
got home. I can hear you though.
Hey, that's okay. Welcome to the meeting, babe. It's good to see you.
Yeah, thank you. It's good to see everybody.
Yeah. I'll move forward. Ashley and there was another Ashley and Cindy. Cindy's been a coach for about over a year. So she's been on a while, but Ashley, it's you guys are most welcome. Thanks for joining us. And I wanted to toss this out real quick to everybody so we don't use up all our time, but a lot of times we overemphasize, at least for me, I overemphasize seeing results rather than just doing daily actions consistently. So I wanted to ask, on any level of your business or personal development or emotional growth, what action steps have you taken for previous goals that you have put into motion this week? Is anybody willing to come off mute and share just one or two little tidbits about taking action? Even if you haven't seen result yet. And I can't see if you're raising your hand. You might just have to start talking.
So Linda, this is the new Ashley. Norton is my last
Blue
name.
sweatshirt. Yes,
Yeah,
Ashley.
girl.
Go ahead.
So my little action, I'm actually on vacation and I just decided to order my kit, my coach kit, so it would be there when I got home. But my one little action, I was reading my new welcome to coaching email, and it said to, make a list of some of your candidates. And so that was my action this morning. My first thing, I got up and had my water and had my coffee and thought, well, I'm going to sit down and go through my Facebook friends and see if I can make a list of my top 10 candidates. So there you go. That was my
And did
action.
you do it?
I did. I made my list.
Okay, Ashley, you're ahead of the game. That's incredible. Well done, my friend. It's so true. Anything, and Carrie's your coach? Is that right?
No, Dawn's my coach.
Or Dawn. Dawn's your coach. Dawn's your coach.
Yep.
The more you are willing to learn from them, well, Dawn primarily, and Carrie's just awesome. So whatever you get from her is great.
Yeah.
The better off you're going to be. And huge congratulations, because it took me forever, just as Craig, for me to do that. That's amazing. You kicked fear in the face and you did it. So well done.
Thanks.
Yeah. Craig, I think we're short on time. Do you want me to go through the second question, or did you want to move on?
Yeah, let's move on to the next thing. Well, Christina might have one thing that she wanted to share.
I do.
Okay.
Can you guys hear me just okay?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Yep.
Okay. I'm sitting in my car with all my interior lights on so I can be on this video right now. The things that you do to be integrated. So I was talking with Craig, as I do, because he's my business and mentor coach. And we were talking about sharing coaching with people. And I realized that I don't share coaching with people because I don't know how. I wouldn't know what to say because I'm still learning myself. And so I don't share. I share a little bit, but I don't share enough to really get them to really think about it, or to get me to help them to see if this would be a good fit for them. So I decide for them instead of exploring it. So that was something that happened to me this week, because I just realized I didn't know what to say, so therefore I don't share it.
The huge thing about that too, as we were talking, is now that she's identified that's what's between where she is and where she wants to be. Now we can work on it, because we can figure out what to say. We can learn to dialogue that, but she's not. So that was a huge breakthrough for Christina. That's good job.
Thanks.
Awesome. All right, so let's move on. So that's basically great job. Those were in some critical really basic steps and some discovery. Because if you don't see what is in your way, you can't figure out how to get past it. And so I know all of us will have some of those things where there's something in the way between where you are and where you want to be. And so learning to figure out what that is, and then saying, hey, I need help over here. Like, that is the secret. That's it, because then you can deal with it. So let's toss it over to Dawn here. And Dawn's going to go through a little bit about our next topic here. So welcome, Dawn Carpenter.
Thanks, Greg. Great being here tonight with everybody. And what we thought about this week as we were trying to decide what to talk about and what would be meaningful is just the idea that it's important to know our why. And we all know that it's important to know our why for our clients, because sometimes we have to defend that for them, because in the busyness and craziness of life, they can lose track of why they want to get healthy. And it's that why that kind of pulls us forward. Well, likewise, it's our why about coaching that really can help pull us forward and keep us going as well. Because really, we're all here not because somebody made us coach, but we all chose to coach for reasons. And so as we're kind of getting to know each other in this smaller group, we want to hear a little bit more about what your why is for coaching. And it'd be great if everybody would be willing to share just a sentence or two. We're going to try to keep it to about a minute per share so that we can get as many people sharing as possible in just a short amount of time. Craig's got a red piece of paper, right, Craig? Okay. And so when you're like halfway through, he's going to give you the signal. But anyway, so I would just love to know why do you coach? What is it about coaching that you love and that keeps you going? So who would like to start? Ashley, you want to go? Ashley,
Yeah. So I decided to start coaching because I'm already a counselor, not a therapist, but a counselor, and I work with teenagers. And I feel like it was already something I'm doing. It's just doing it with my health journey rather than my mental health journey. And then when I saw some of the tools, I saw that a lot of them were actually techniques that I use in counseling already, such as motivational interviewing. And it was just laid out in a really easy format. And so I already trusted that works because it's a counseling technique.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. Thanks, Ashley.
Yeah.
30 seconds. Good job, Ashley. What's up?
Hey, Dawn, can you hear me?
I can hear you. Go ahead, Linda.
Hey, for me, it's pretty personal, probably very similar to Ashley, but in a different way. I am not a counselor, but I love mentoring and meeting with women and empowering them to know what's possible, because I remember what it was like to feel stuck. And I love helping people create and realize they can be unstuck in their own lives and their health journey. So that's a motivator for me to realize and remember where I was and where I am and what I know is possible, and help other people do that too.
Yeah, great. Thanks, Linda.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Randy.
Well, I guess our why is really around, we never intended to be coaches in the first place, and we've shared this before, but the why really comes from wanting to be able to share what we've experienced, which is it's really a life change for us, for both Cheryl and I, and being able to share that with others, that they might also be able to experience the same kind of experience, whether it's just in weight loss, and more importantly, I guess, in the overall health benefits that come with the program. And when you look at healthy mind, healthy body, and then of course I guess the healthy finance comes with that when you're coaching, and yeah, I see that, Craig. So anyway, the blessing that we receive from this whole program has been with us being able to share with others what that success means to us, and wanting to share that with them so that they can also achieve those same goals.
Awesome. Thanks, Randy. I think we got time. We have time for a couple more.
I love what you said, Don, that we don't have to coach. And sometimes just the reality of that kind of smacks me in the face because I turn it into a job in my head. And I coach because I want to coach, not because I have to coach.
Mm-hmm.
And then Doug Wood on the sponsoring thing, he said, imagine what $500 could do to a family.
Mm-hmm.
It could be food. It could save a car. It could put one of your children in private school. It depends on where you live. $500, just a simple $500, coaching 5 to 10 people, right?
Mm-hmm.
And $500 could change a family's dynamics dramatically. And it just was like, I don't have to coach. I get to coach. And that I had to slow down and just let that sink in for me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I would agree. For me, the why was about, again, kind of like you, Linda, remembering where I came from and really knowing how getting my health back really set me free to be more of who I was. But I have to say the financial piece has been freeing as well. And it's allowed me to retire early from teaching. And that's been pretty exciting. And it's allowed me to just add some extras to our lives. And so I guess as you think about your whys, if it's got some financial ties to it, that's okay to share too. So, okay, have time for a couple more, or we need to wrap it up, boss?
Yeah, probably. Well, we can continue with these, but I want you guys to think about the reality of, let that sink in, why you choose to coach. You don't have to. And if you don't really like it and you don't really want to, you don't have to. Right? So do it because you want to coach. And I found out that my story, I've been telling my trilogy, but it was my health story. But financially, because this business has made much more of a difference than it did to my physical health. It's changed things dramatically. And I've never really talked about that. So it's that was really powerful. So yeah, so we're going to jump over to, I just want you to think about that reality of why you coach, and are you connected with that? Do you refocus and do you repay attention? It's called aiming, awakening that intrinsic motivation as to why you do this. And do you take some time to really consider that? And just kind of restoke that flame so that you go out there and you be the person you need to be, so that people that are waiting to say yes can say yes. All right, so we're going to toss it over to Carrie, and she's going to talk about the next steps and kind of our action items as we finish out our meeting. Welcome, Carrie.
Well, thanks. Yeah, I'm excited. I like action, and I like checklists and to-dos and direction. And it's fun to hear, like Ashley, where you haven't even received your kit yet and you're making your list. And Christina is being intentional with dripping coaching on people. And so my part is the action for you guys and just identifying what your next step is. So it could be something, kind of the basic skeletal structure of what needs to happen. And it could be something that's beyond that, it's going to stretch you a little bit. But we'd love for you to post in the chat on our call right now, and also to send a message to your mentor as far as what a specific action step that you're going to take, a goal that you have for the next week. It could be doing a coach explore with somebody. Last week mine was, I practice dental hygiene, and I mentioned coaching to every one of my patients in different ways. And I had 4 people who are like, oh, that sounds amazing. I want to know more. And I've never done that before. And it's like, that was so easy. And it took like 2 minutes of my time, but definitely it took an intentional mindset of bringing it into a conversation. So in the chat to your mentor, something specific, why you coach. If that was a challenge, what Dawn was talking about, what your intrinsic motivation is, and why you're a coach in the first place. If you need to identify that, send that. Why is it important? What's a fear that's keeping you from sharing? That's huge to identify. And then think, okay, is that realistic? Usually it's not. Usually it's a doubt that's something that you've had wired in your brain that other people aren't going to identify with. And then picturing yourself where you're going to be. Like, who's the future you? Like Dawn is retired early. And Randy and Cheryl have an amazing team that wasn't even their motivation in the first place. And the ripple effect is amazing. And then think, if you're stuck, are you stuck where you're at? And do you need somebody to kind of draw you out of that? Say help. Like Craig was saying, it's huge. Identifying what needs to change is the first step, and then bringing somebody along who can pull you and challenge you is key. And that's what team coaching is really all about, and why we are connecting. So I guess that's my challenge. I don't know if anybody's posted anything in the chat yet.
I'm curious, as just asking the question, are there any of you that have never, like, when was your last meeting where you explored coaching with somebody? Has everybody done one? Do you do them regularly? Do they come up, or is it something you've never done because maybe you don't know how to talk about it? And so, we can work on those things, because if you fail, if you keep the opportunity to help others through this program to yourself, then people probably won't. Rarely do people come up and go, I've been really dying to be a health coach. Can I? I mean, because it's such a weird thing. I mean, it just doesn't, that's just not the way it happens. But we uncover people's desires, and their desires are most of the time are compatible with helping people, and that's coaching. So how do we talk about that? I'm curious if you guys have gotten stuck, or you've never done. Is there anybody here that just wants to be bold and say, I've never done a Coach Explore? I've never done it. So Christina, awesome. Yep. And Ashley, yep. Okay. And the other Ashley. Oh, and then Lori. Oh, thank you guys for being bold. Right. So there's something, because I want to be really clear, because you guys coach. There's something about it that you think is cool, or you wouldn't be coaching. Right? And so there's this process, I think, that we need to get to, of saying, I'm a little stuck. I love coaching, but not for other people, just for me. Right?
Well, and can I add to that, Craig? I think sometimes, especially maybe for some of us who've done this a little while, we start to forget what a gift it is, and how it's helped propel our own health forward, and how it's helped build our own support community for us, and how the finances have blessed our families. And we really have this amazing gift that we can offer to other people who might have a financial need, or who might need that community, or who might need that well, we know they're going to do better with their health if they've got this supportive, team like this. So I think sometimes I forget what a gift I have, and I kind of keep it to myself, when maybe I should be a little bolder about offering it to other people. Mm-hmm. So.
That's perfect. So a couple of you are posting that you need a little help, you need a little focus. Christina, you're a little stuck. We're going to talk about it, because if you need to develop the words to be able to share this, we'll have lots of conversations. One of the things that Doug Wood said on the sponsorship coaching is, we're not telling people, hey, you should be a health coach. We find out what they love doing. I see that you love to help other people. You do that all the time. Tell me about that. Right? Because don't we help people as health coaches? So go ahead.
And I'm getting a little insecure about being stuck, and I feel like my own journey as a client and my journey as a coach has come to like kind of a standstill. Like, I feel good about hitting senior coach last month, but at the same time, I'm like, my client journey is having an issue, and therefore it's affecting my coaching journey. So like, how can I re-own my client journey so that my coaching journey can be improved? You know what I mean? So it's kind of, saying I'm a little stuck is kind of an understatement at this point. And I am so thankful for this group. Like, I can't even, I love you too, Carrie. I can't even handle how great I feel when I come into a group like this. So saying that I'm stuck is a huge step for me, to just admit that I have issues and I need help.
Christina, can I intervene real quick? Okay, You need to know that your health journey post-mom encouraged me to get started on my own journey as a new mom. And you weren't even, I'm pretty sure you weren't even where you were going to be. But the fact that you lived out loud and that you shared your health journey encouraged me as a coach, and I don't know everything, but I've been in this business for about 2 years, to keep going. So you have a story to tell, and you need to tell it, because moms out there need to know what's possible, even if you're not there yet, because you encouraged me. So we need you.
I'm not going anywhere. You're stuck with me for life, baby.
Awesome. Thank you guys both for sharing that with us and first kind of getting to the real parts, because this, and I hate to say the word, this business, like, it's deep. It affects like the fabric of our lives. We really get in there, and we have the opportunity to give people hope again, that they can look forward to tomorrow. They can get up in the morning and they ask their body, can I do this? And they're going to have more yes days. Their body says, yeah, you've been taking good care of us. We can go do that. Let's go do that. Let's go do that walk. Let's go do that, whatever thing is. Can I fit in this dress? Yep. Yes, I can. We can do that today, right? And so we want to have more yes days, and we build more yes days. It's just the frank reality of what we do. So I want you guys to make sure that each one of you has a Facebook Messenger thread. Thank you, Carrie. Each one of you has a Facebook thread. And so if you're stuck and you don't know, just say, I'm stuck and I don't know. If you're stuck and you know, or you have an idea, say, I'm stuck and here's what I think it is. And then that's the job of the mentor coach, to bring in resources, to have conversations, to work through it. And yeah, there you go, Christina. How can I? One of the things, Christina, we talked about, let's get you integrated as a client. We talked about what that means to be fully integrated as a client and start practicing the tools that we have. And that's going to allow her to be grow as a coach too, right? So maybe you're having a personal struggle with your own health journey. Well, reach up to your coach and say, Coach, I'm stuck, right? And get unstuck in your personal journey, and that will open the floodgates for you to be on fire again for coaching.
And if for some reason your health coach isn't there, don't let that stop you from going up one more, or one more after that, or horizontal. You know, somebody will reach out and grab you and help you up.
Yeah. So awesome stuff. So want to make sure you get into the habit of every night when we're done with these, you post something to your coach. Hey, coach, this is what I'm thinking about. This is what I'm going to do. This is my action step. I need help here, you know. Or maybe you don't even know what you need help with. Post that there. But make sure you go to your Facebook threads and you connect with your mentor coach, and you list one thing. And then, because let's do an action thing, and then we'll set up meetings and we'll get together. I know that Randy and Cheryl, they went from manager, and they skipped up. Well, they hit a nice ramp and skipped over a couple of ranks and landed in the big pile of ED awesomeness. And so we're trying to have a senior coach celebration, and they just went ED on us like so quickly. So we're trying to work on basically making sure that like every time a airplane takes off, even though the pilots know what to do, they go through a little checklist because they want to make sure that they don't run out of fuel, or that, they have the right, whatever, doors closed and stuff like that. And so that's one of the things that we're working with them. And so there's all these things that you're working through that you need to make sure that your ducks in a row, so that your business is stable and the doors don't fly off it, right? Or it doesn't run out of gas early. So a couple of events that are coming up that I want you to know about. We're always going to talk about events. So this is stuff you want to probably use your pen. National Optimal Health Day. That's September 27th. And so this was the first event I did for myself. I helped other people do events all the time. But the first time I actually did the event was 2 years ago at National Optimal Health Day, where I went to my neighbors and I said, hey, here's this thing that's happening, and we're going to be having a little event at my house. And we decided to go for a mile walk in the neighborhood and then come back to my house. I had some little snacks, and we just shared our stories, and we're neighbors, how we know each other, how we moved into the neighborhood, that kind of thing. And it was an hour and it was done, right? If you've never done one, I just want to encourage you, go invite 3 of your neighbors, right? Just do something. That's huge if you've never done anything, right? I think we had 7 or 8 people here. It wasn't like a big party, but it was 7 or 8 neighbors that now I get to see, and I get to wave at them because we walked a mile together, and then we got to share some stories. So I want to really encourage you to do something. It is September 27th. There'll be more information coming on an email about it, but you can make it whatever you want it to be. There's going to be health coaches all across the country having events. Some will be very large, some will be very small. There'll be lots of medium-sized ones too. So connect with your mentor and say, hey, let's do a little something. And if you don't have a mentor coach or someone that's not doing anything, you all have neighbors. Go talk to 3 on the left and 3 on the right and tell them about it and when it's happening and invite them over. Imagine if we actually helped inspire our neighbors to become healthier. What a great thing that would be. So I want to encourage you with that. And then Sundance, there is a advanced leadership retreat. All of you are invited to come. You have to qualify as an integrated national to go, but I just want you to know you're all invited to become integrated national. If you don't even know what that means, you can talk with your mentor. But that's coming up on October 26th, and that's an event that is could be part of your future as you grow your skills as a health coach. It is up at the Sundance Resort. It's limited to 350 of the top coaches to go, and it's my favorite event. It's just very different than any other event we've been to. So I just wanted to say that, if you guys are looking at that or growing, if we have a couple regionals here, that might be something that could happen. But National Optimal Health Day is for everybody. That's September 27th, coming up in a couple weeks. Any questions about a couple of those things, or you have any question about the action items and what your assignments are? No. Okay. All right, guys. Well, we're going to close up tonight. Did I miss anything, ladies? Carrie, Linda, Dawn? Nothing? Yep. We got it all?
I don't think so.
All right. Thank you, training team. Look at us. This is the first time. Oh, Clark's got a question. Let me unmute you. Go ahead, Clark. There you go. You're on.
No question, but what an awesome job everybody did tonight, Linda.
Yeah.
Nice new dynamic.
Yeah, thanks, Clark.
That's wonderful.
And thank you and Lori for joining us. Yep. Awesome, guys. The very last thing is we are doing a boot camp, and it's on Saturday mornings at 7 a.m. And if you're interested in joining in and learning some skills this week, we're going to be going over the health assessment and the well-being assessment, how to basically interview somebody and find out where they are and where they want to be. And so that'll be this Saturday's training at 7 a.m. And it's on the same Zoom room number, the one you're at right now. So hopefully we can see you guys show up for that. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. And I look forward to hearing from you guys on your messages. Take care, everybody.
Night.